Okay, welcome you all to this lecture series on analog circuits. So today we'll be discussing lecture number 3 of module 5 or lecture number 43 from your entire syllabus. Okay, so yesterday we did some A to D conversion using the successive approximation register, and we figured out how A to D conversion happens, and the day before that we also saw how D to A and A to D conversion happens. So both A to D and D to A conversion, that is analog to digital and digital to analog conversion, has been studied in previous two lectures, and now we'll move on to one more application of the op-amp, or basically the op-amp circuits. So yesterday, as a part of introduction, I gave you introductory note about the multivibrators. So basically, these are the circuits which are used to generate some pulses, specifically used in some oscillators, or specifically in order to generate the clock pulses. Now, as a part of that first application, we are going to have a discussion on what is known as monostable multivibrator. Now, why it is called as monostable? I'm going to just give you the answer for this once we go through this entire explanation. So let me first draw the circuit for this structure. So it has got two comparators made up of op-amp. So this is how the structure goes, and at the last phase we have something called as RS flip-flop or SR flip-flop. So this is comparator 1, this is comparator 2. Please carefully observe how the structure goes, and here we are having a connection through a capacitor. This is resistance RA. This is all together connected to plus VCC. So I have a resistance of value. I'm here taking a value of 5K. We can take any other suitable values. So I will be having three 5K resistors. So all are of the value 5K. And I have a signal called by the name trigger. A small pulse, which is initially will be having a value of VCC, that is a logic 1. Here I am writing 2 by 3 VCC. And at this point I am getting 1 by 3 VCC. So there is VTH, threshold voltage point, exactly after the capacitor. So I am taking it down over here. And I'm connecting it to. So I have a transistor, that is BJT transistor over here. So this is what is the structure of my structure of my monostable multivibrator, and I am taking the output at the Q of my flip-flop. So this is how the circuit of my monostable multivibrator looks. Now let me just explain you what are the things that I have taken over here. Now I have got two op-amp comparators and I have three 5K resistors, and as per the voltage division rule, the voltage that is getting divided across this 5K is 2 by 3 VCC, and voltage that is divided across this resistance is 1 by 3 VCC. How? As you can see, the VCC is connected over here, and I need to be considering a voltage drop across this 5K. So this 5K will have a coverage of both these resistances. So that will have VCC multiplied by 5K plus 5K divided by the combination of all the resistance. So if you solve this, you are going to get 2 by 3 times VCC. So that's what the voltage that is getting dropped at this particular point is, 2 by 3 VCC. Similarly, at this particular point, I am just considering only this particular voltage because it is connected to ground. So it will be only 5K divided by the combination of all the resistances. So that will give you a value of 1 upon 3 VCC. So that's what is the point over here. Okay, now so this is my capacitor. Now this entire operation. So basically here I am going to generate a pulse based on the value of trigger. So how and when the trigger value is being posed, based on that value, I'm going to generate some pulse. So before that, let's try to understand the some of the funda with respect to RS flip flop. So let's try to get the truth table of RS flip flop. So I'm going to give you three values for R equal to, so for S equal to 1, R equal to 0, Q is 1, 0. For 0, 0 state, it will retain the previous value. So that is my memory state. And for 0, 1 state, it will again give a value of 0, 1. And for 1, 1, it will be not valid state. And I have this transistor wherein I'm connecting the output of the SR flip flop, that is the Q bar output, to the base of the transistor. So what is the usage of this transistor? Look where it is connected. This is connected right down to the capacitor. So which means basically it is going to help me in discharging the content of the capacitor to the ground whenever the base of the transistor is high. So whenever this is high, the transistor is on. So that ensures that there is a path between the emitter and the collector. So that means there is a short circuit to the ground. So this will ensure that the content of the capacitor or the stored value of the capacitor will be discharged down to this particular path to the ground. So this is what is the thing. Now, how exactly the comparators work, as we have already seen. Let me just write the condition for how the comparator works. Now, if the positive terminal is having highest potential than a negative terminal, then output of that comparator will be fixed to plus VCC. So, which means I can say it as at a logic 1. So, let me write it over here. If positive terminal is greater than negative terminal, then output will be fixed to plus VCC or logic 1. In other case, if negative terminal is at highest potential than positive terminal, then output will be connected to minus VCC or minus VW. So that makes my, in terms of digital logic, to be connected to logic 0. So this is what is the entire setup. So once this is done, so and here's the trigger which is connected to VCC. Okay, fine. So let's try to understand the operation of this entire circuit. Fine. So initially, when we start the operation of this entire monostable multivibrator, at that point of time, the output will be 0, or we assume that output is 0 right when the operation starts. And if this is 0, Q bar will be automatically 1. The moment Q bar is 1, what is that is happening over here? So this transistor is on. Once this transistor is on, it is creating a straightaway path to the capacitor. So which means whatever is the initially stored value that is present in the capacitor will be discharged through this particular path. So it will take up this path and it will be discharged. So this is what is going to happen at the very beginning state. So when I don't have anything to be stored in the capacitor and my output is 0, so this is what is the state. Now let's try to give the small trigger that is positive value. So I'm going to start with my positive pulse. So once I give the positive pulse, look what is happening over here. So this is at VCC, so which means it is at the highest potential. So this negative terminal is at plus VCC and the positive terminal is at 1/3 VCC. So between these two terminal, obviously my inverting terminal is at highest potential. And according to this condition, if inverting terminal is at highest potential, that is my negative terminal is greater than the positive terminal, my output will be held at minus VCC. So in turn, that means it will be at 0, logic 0. So logic 0 is generated from comparator number 2 the moment we apply a positive trigger to this non-inverting terminal of the comparator number 2. Now in the meantime, what is that is going to happen to particularly comparator 1? Now as you can see over here, the VCC over here is coming and it is getting charged in the capacitor, and once this is charged, this entire thing will be either it will be taking this path or either it will be taking this path, right? So now let's assume that we don't know whether this is getting charged or whether the capacitor is charging or whether it is discharging. So let's try to understand what is going to happen over here. Now when S is 0, what was my earlier case? What was my beginning case? My earlier case was what? The output was 0. So now the S is giving a value of 0. So if S is giving me a value of 0, and once the trigger starts going down, what is that is going to happen? The VCC is getting down. So it is slowly coming down. So as and when VCC starts moving from its highest value to the least value, so what is the potential of this negative terminal? It's try to decrease. So at the point when the plus VCC ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ 3/4 VCC ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂತ ತಕೋರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1/2 VCC ಅಂತ ತಕೋರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0. So it is decreasing 5 volt, 4.5, 4, 3.5, 3, 2.5, 2, 1.5, 1, 0. So in this way it is decreasing. So as and when it is decreasing, the same value is getting applied to this negative terminal, but this positive terminal is already held at 1/3 VCC. A time will reach when this particular value will be less than 1/3 VCC. Under that scenario, positive potential or the non-inverting terminal is at highest potential than the inverting terminal. So in that scenario, my output will change from 0 to 1. Now in all these conditions, what is that is going to happen now? If you can see over here, this VCC in the beginning state, it is going to come over here. It is going to take this path. So here is my VCC, here is my 2/3 VCC. So initially when VCC is slowly coming, at that point of time it is slowly rising to this particular point. So initially the value will be less than 2/3 VCC, and as and when VCC starts to increase, the value will be here reached at VCC. So among these two conditions, which is at highest potential, the highest potential is at the non-inverting terminal and this is at lowest potential. if this is at the highest potential and this is at the lowest potential, this is what is happening in the very first cycle. Yavaga il nam zero yavag bandittu aa time naga. So when I gave the input here trigger as 1, nanige output 0 bantu. Yak 0 bantu antandre this is at highest potential and this is at lowest potential. Negative terminal highest potential ittu antandre nang outcome 0 bagati. In the meantime, here what is happening over here? Here what is happening? As you can see, this is at highest potential and this is at the lowest potential. So what will be the outcome? My outcome will be 1, right? So this is what is going to happen. Now under this scenario, s equal to 1, s equal to 0, r equal to 1 enters the flip flop. So for that condition, what is the result? S equal to 0, r equal to 1. The output will be q is 0, q bar is 1. So q is 0, q bar is 1. Once q bar is 1, this is going to turn on and it is going to give a clear cut path to this capacitor, and in no way the capacitor is going to charge. It is going to simply discharge all the values. This is the state. Now let's try to increase, or let's try to understand what is going to happen in the next phase. So in this entire phase, my output is getting remained at a 0. So my output is 0. Earlier also it was 0. Now also it is 0. So now let's try to decrease the VCC here. VCC starts to decrease. Once VCC starts to decrease, what is that is going to happen? Look over here. This is decreasing and this is already at 2/3 VCC. So since this is at 2/3 VCC and this is decreasing because my VCC is getting decreasing. So once VCC decreases, a time will come when this potential is highest. Again, VCC decrease akonta bartade. Idrikinta kammi yavaga agutte? Negative terminal is at highest potential than the positive terminal. So under this scenario, comparator will throw a value of 0 because this is at highest potential. So which means the comparator output will be tied to minus VCC. So minus VCC tied at pantandre, it is logic 0. Now what is happening over here? As you can see over here, this is at lowest potential and now this is at highest potential. Now if this is at highest potential and this is at lowest potential, what is that I am going to get? So this is at lowest potential, this is at highest potential. So positive is at highest potential. So that is held at 1/3 VCC. This is at lowest potential. Yak pantan VCC getting down to 0. So in this scenario, positive terminal is at highest potential. So outcome will be 1. So under this scenario, what is the thing now? S is 1, R is 0. So S is 1, R is 1, R is 0. So my Q will be held at 1. Earlier it was at 0. Now it will shift its focus from 0 to 1. So I have got this particular value. Now how long this pulse will be remaining at 1, that depends on whether the capacitor is charging or whether it is discharging. So the time duration still when the capacitor is charging, alli matano nange pulse hinge irtadi. Let's see that what is going to happen. So the moment Q is 1, what is going to happen for Q bar? It is going to get to 0. So this 0 means it is an open circuit, right? Base is 0, which means the transistor is off. So off it's an open circuit. So path illa. The moment when there is no path for this capacitor to discharge, so there is only one option left, because next cycle na em martini, next trigger mat VCC ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಹೌದಾ? So VCC is now again positive. So this entire VCC comes over here and it charges the capacitor. So the time duration until when the capacitor is completely charged, this pulse will be retained high. So this is how I am going to see the result. Now once this capacitor is charged, right, and what is going to happen over here, the same cycle is going to repeat now. Now let's try to understand what is going to happen now. The trigger is at 1. So in 1 month, this is at highest potential and the capacitor is still charging. This capacitor will be of a larger value. So capacitor is still charging. A capacitor charge agumata nanage illi 1 bandaithi illi, because 1 illi VCC 1 aiti, illi VCC 1 ada, ಈ VCC ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈ VCC ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಟ್ highest potential and this is at lowest potential. So that makes my negative terminal being at highest potential than the positive terminal. So that immediately shifts the output of comparator 2 to 0. ಇದು ಹಿಂಗೆ 0 ಅದೇನು ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ to this particular value. Until then it is charging. So charge agovaragu this entire operation has happened. Now what is the resulting values of both the comparators 1 and 2? Both the comparators are having a value of 0 0. I mean the output of the comparators are held at 0 0. So that in turn makes S equal to 0, R equal to 0. So the moment S and R are held to 0 0, what does that mean? That means it is a memory state, which means it is going to retain the previous state only. So this state continues. So the moment this capacitor is completely charged and this VCC starts to decrease again, so this VCC stops over here and the charging path will take up this particular thing, because ಈ particular transistor off ಅದ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ previous state retain ಆಗೈತಿ. previous state ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು 1 and 0. so 1 and 0 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಈ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಗೈತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. the only path that is left for the capacitor is to go to this particular non-inverting terminal. So my entire potential that is stored in the capacitor enters this particular positive terminal of the comparator 1. So illi this particular voltage goes. So now this is at slowly increasing and it goes till VCC, and now this is held at 2/3 VCC. The comparison happens. Positive terminal is at highest potential, negative terminal is at lowest potential. The output is 1, right? So my output is 0 1. S is 0, R is 1. Until then this condition is written over here. So S is 1, R is 0. Sorry, S is 0, R is 1. So under that scenario, what is going to happen? S is 0, R is 1. Output will be shifted to 0. So this output will come down to 0. Again it will come over here. We'll see what is that going to happen. Now since VCC has reached now already, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ already VCC na stop ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ. Now capacitor ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ discharge ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. It went over here. Now again I give the VCC positive trigger. So positive trigger kottaga this will be at again highest potential, this will be at lowest potential. 0 will come again over here, and this capacitor will come over here and this will charge. By the time see ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ previous output ಏನು ಬಂದಿತ್ತು S equal to 0, R equal to 1. S equal to 0, R equal to 1 ಅಂದಾಗ Q ಏನು ಬಂತು ನನಗೆ 0 ಬಂತು. Q 0 ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ Q bar 1 ಆಯ್ತು. Q bar 1 ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪಾತ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಹೌದಾ? ಈ ಪಾತ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟನ್ಸ್ or the potential that is stored in the capacitor will discharge over here and capacitor will be now empty. Now I am giving the trigger once again. So ಈ ಟ್ರಿಗರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ this is at highest potential bantu, this is at lowest potential, outcome is 0. And in the meantime the positive potential is coming over here and it is charging this particular thing, and this entire cycle repeats. And as a result of that, for a small duration of pulses, whatever you can see over here, we are going to get a larger pulses like this. So this will be the outcome for a small trigger whatever I am going to give. So why we call it as a monostable? Because it will be stable for only one particular state of my trigger, and remaining it will be not stable. Not stable antandre it will be held at a lowest potential. Other than that, whenever my trigger pulse is high, the comparison happens over here and my pulses will be generated. Now the duration of these pulses can be controlled by varying this R and C. So this is what is going to happen when I talk about monostable multivibrators. So this is about your monostable multivibrator, how we are going to generate the square pulses or pulses of our choice based on the values of the R, A and C. So basically I'll just try to rub this portion.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Amma.
Sir, the one of the inputs of the comparator is 2/3 and 1/3, no sir?
ಹೌದು.
Other ಯಾಕೆ sir 2/3 and 1/3?
ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ VCC ಐತಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನಾನು ತಗೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್. ಸೊ ಈ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಈ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಪಾತ್ ಒಳಗ ನನಗೆ 5 + 5 10K ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನು ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಸಿ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಶೋ ಯು ಹಿಯರ್. ಈಗ R1 ಮತ್ತು R2 ಇವೆರಡು ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ನಡುವ, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್. ಇವೆರಡು ನಡುವೆ ನಾನು ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ R2 ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, Vin into R2 divided by R1 plus R2, isn't it?
Yes sir.
ಹಾ, ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಈ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ Vin ಏನದ VCC ಐತಿ, R2 ಏನದ ನನಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ನಾನು ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ತೀನಿ ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೋತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. But the problem here is this resistance is connected in series with this 5K. So entire VCC will be divided between this 5K and 5K also. ಈಗ ನಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಈ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಕೂಡ my resistance count will happen for this 5 and this 5 also. So ನನಗೆ R2 ಜಾಗದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 5K plus 5K ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So that will be my 10K divided by this entire path of the resistance, 5 plus 5 plus 5 15K. ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತಿದು? and V in ಜಾಗದಾಗ VCC ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತಿದು? VCC multiplied by 2/3, isn't it?
Yes sir.
But the problem here with respect to the other half is, here it is directly connected to ground, so I can choose potential between this point and ground. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ನಾನು ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ 2 ಪೊಟೆನ್ಶಿಯಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಟ್ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಶಿಯಲ್, ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಟ್ ಲೋಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಶಿಯಲ್. ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಶಿಯಲ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೋಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಶಿಯಲ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ comparator 2 calculate ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ I will consider in the numerator only 5K divided by entire summation of the 3 resistances. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ calculate ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ since it is an intermediate resistance, I need to opt for these 2 resistance in the numerator, which will be 10K divided by summation of all the 3 resistances. I hope that has cleared.
Yes sir.
Yes or no? Now of course ಈಗ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, it may be little bit of confusing to you, but whatever I have tried to explain, the concept is going to remain same. Try to regain the concept by reading the textbook or the thing whatever I am going to give you. ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ, ಫ್ಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ, you will get definitely going to get the result. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ it is just like understanding the way how we did the SR flip flop or JK flip flop in our basic electronics. Case by case ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗಿದೀವಿ, ನೆನಪದ? like S equal to 1 ಇದ್ದಾಗ, R equal to 0 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಂಗೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ NAND ಗೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಯಾವ NAND ಗೇಟ್ ನಾಗ ಏನ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಬಂತು, ಅದು ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಅದರಿಂದ ವಾಪಸ್ ಲೂಪ್ ನಾಗ ಬಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಆ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾನು ಕೇಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟ್ರಿಗರಿಂಗ್ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. Like this, I am going to get the output in terms of a square wave. Now ಅದೇ ಅನ್ನಂಗ ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಏನದಲ್ಲ, that is decided by this particular time period. Tp is equal to 1.1 Ra into C. Now let us not bother about why this 1.1 is coming over here. So this is based on some calculation. Again it will be deviating from the concept if I try to explain why this 1.1 is coming over here. It is based on the charging and discharging mechanism of the capacitor, or basically this R and C network. So R ಮತ್ತು C network the charging mechanism ಏನದಲ್ಲ, that will decide this particular pulse duration or the output duration. ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ ಇದು, ನನಗೆ ಈ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಥವಾ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ you just alter this R and C, specifically this R. ನನಗೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಈ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಲಾಂಗರ್ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆನ್ ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ again you try to play with this R and C. So this is how my monostable multivibrator is going to perform with respect to a given triggered and VCC inputs. I hope the concept is pretty clear now. So let's just move on to the next one. Before that, So there is one numerical that I am supposed to solve. Okay, anyhow, we'll solve the numericals at one stretch once we complete the stable multivibrator as well. And the basic application of these things are basically, this is used for frequency divider circuit and pulse stretcher. Frequency divider antandre enappa, like I'm going to just rub this out. Frequency divider is very, see, this is my clock, or basically the trigger in this particular case. So as you can see, this is a divide by 2 value. Hang divide by 2 ಆಯ್ತು ನಂಗೆ ನೋಡ್ರಲ್ಲಿ one cycle ಎಷ್ಟದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, like if I just write it as T0, T1, T2, T3, T4 ಹೌದಾ, ಇದನ್ನ ಟೈಮ್ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಟ್ರಿಗರ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋರಿ. ಈ ಸರ್ಕಿಟ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಟ್ರಿಗರ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋರಿ. ನನಗೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬಂತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ನನಗ just write it as 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this is my time duration. For every 1 second of time duration, ನನಗೆ 1 pulse input ಐತಿ ಹೌದಾ. So what will be the frequency? The frequency is 1 hertz. That is number of cycles per second. So 1 cycle per second ಐತಿ. Now what is the frequency over here? 0, 1, 2. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿ 2 ಸೈಕಲ್ಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರತಿ 2 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಗೆ ನನಗೆ 1 ಸೈಕಲ್ ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ನಾಗ 1 ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ 2 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ನಾಗ 1 ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಬಂದೈತಿ. ಸೊ 1 ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ಆರ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ frequency is getting divided, because time is always inversely proportional to f. and time ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯ್ತು, ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದಂಗ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು, ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 2 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು, ಆರ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಇಸ್ ಹಾಫ್. ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹಾಫ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ 2 ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್. So this is my divide by 2 circuit, and one of the application of this monostable multivibrator is divide by circuit, or we can say frequency divider. Normally few applications ಒಳಗ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು frequency let's say 1 hertz, ನನಗೆ half hertz frequency ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ನನ್ನ ಕಡೆ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಟೈಮ್ನಾಗ I go with a monostable multivibrator and generate half hertz clock, and I use that particular clock for my application. So based on my application, I can generate n number of different division version of my input, and this is how I can use it as a frequency divider. It can also be serving as a pulse stretcher. Pulse stretcher ಹೆಂಗಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾ ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಟ್ರಿಗರ್ ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತ ಹೋದಂಗ ನನ್ನ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಹೆಂಗಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So basically I am stretching out my pulse. So this is how even this application of monostable multivibrator goes with the pulse stretcher as well. So here the main thing to remember is the how we are going to utilize the SR flip-flop in this entire circuit, and how the comparator is going to compare. That is my second point. And third is when the capacitor is going to charge and discharge. That is my third point. And the fourth is when that BJT is turning on and off. That is my fourth point. In naak talagittukondu I start my operation. So that's why that's how my multivibrator or monostable multivibrator is going to give me different square waves of a different nature. So we'll do one thing. We'll try to get the operation of a stable multivibrator in the next class. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to start with what is known as one more application of my this op amp, that is small signal half wave rectifier. So now this is what you have already learned. The half wave rectifiers you already learned, and you know the outcome ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. Like if I just want to draw this input over here, my output will be something like this. Hence this will be easy for you to understand. See the circuits, if you know the output, ಆ circuit analysis ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಹಳ easy. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ you know the output and you know how this output is going to come. ಯಾವಾಗ ನನಗ ಹಾಫ್ ವೇವ್ ರೆಕ್ಟಿಫೈರ್ಸ್ ನಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಡಯೋಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಆ ಡಯೋಡ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆನ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಫ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಮೈ entire half wave rectifier concept was. Now the same concept I am going to use it over here using the op amp. So op amp, the one more application is small signal half wave rectifier. I'll tell you why this is called a small signal half wave rectifier. So this is a circuit. I'm connecting the input to the non-inverting terminal, and exactly at the output I am connecting a diode, and of course I have a load resistance RL, and I'm taking the output over here. The diode is named D1. So this is the op amp. Whatever I have taken over here is a of the type, or the name of this op amp is HA2500. This is not MUA 741. So this is a high speed op amp which has got a capacity to amplify, or which has got the capacity to sense a smallest of the smallest signal in terms of microvolts, or maybe in terms of nanovolts also. So that range ಒಳಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕಲಿ ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, we use something called as a medical device called as ECG, that is to sense the human signals, that heart signals, and give the PQRS waveforms. E type waveforms ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು. So this is how the waveform. Now in order to sense it, it looks like a noise, but it is not the noise. But in order to sense this particular signal, so the amplifier has to be very accurate, and it should be very sensible to sense the smallest of the smallest signal. So under that scenario, these kind of ICs, HA2500 op amps are used, and it will also find its application in this kind of rectifier, where I am going to rectify the small signal. So basically this is a positive small signal half wave rectifier, or navenantidivi positive wave rectifier anta enantidivi. Ila adra ಬಗ್ಗೆ positive small signal half wave rectifier. Okay, so let's try to understand what is that is going to happen over here. Very simple methodology of this particular small signal half wave rectifier. Okay, when the input is rising from 0 to the highest value, now since the input is given to the non-inverting terminal, which means we can expect the output to be positive. So that's the reason the concept name, or the name of this entire half wave rectifier is positive small signal half wave rectifier. So yaವಾಗ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ input ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, so my output, so this is going to fetch me the output over here. So based on my input, whatever is my input, accordingly ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ op amp ದಿಂದ as per the gain equation of my non-inverting amplifier, it will come over here, and it will give me the output over here. So ನಮ್ಮ gain equation ಏನಿತ್ತು 1 plus RF by R1. ಇಲ್ಲಿ RF R1 ಯಾವುದು ಇಲ್ಲ, so which means whatever is the input, that is going to come over here. So the moment my output is over here, what is going to happen? This diode is forward biased. Once this diode is forward biased, what is that I am going to get? I am going to get the entire signal, whatever that is there at the this P side of the diode will be sent to the N side of the diode. My output will be again the same value, whatever is there here, it will come over here. So my output will be getting exactly the same resultant of as that of your input. So when D1 is forward biased, so basically this closes the loop. ಹೌದಾ, ಈ ಡಯೋಡ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಡಯೋಡ್ ಆನ್ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆದಂಗೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಈ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ this entire circuit is going to behave like a voltage follower. Remember, if you can remember the earlier circuits in your basic electronics class, if nothing is connected in the feedback path, and if I am connecting directly the output back to the input over here, it is going to behave as a voltage follower. And the moment it is going to behave as a voltage follower, what does that mean? It means it is going to send the entire V in to the V out over here. So ಯಾವಾಗ ಇದು ಡಯೋಡ್ ಆನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವಾಗ this entire circuit is going to behave as a voltage follower, and my output will be coming over here, which is my input. Now this is going to happen at my positive half cycle. When the negative half cycle comes, negative half cycle bantandandaga, so before it is going to behave as an voltage follower, it is going to send the input back to the output over here. So we'll input another non-negative cycle mandati. So my negative value is over here, and output also will be negative. So here my negative voltage is coming over here, which means the negative voltage is connected to P side of the diode, and N side is connected to the some other potential. So P is at lowest potential. The moment we say P is at lowest potential, I say that diode is reverse biased. The moment the diode is reverse biased, which means there is an open circuit. If this is an open circuit, that in turn means that so there is no connectivity between the input and output, and I am not going to get any output. So output will be nothing. So this is how this positive small signal half wave rectifier is going to behave. Now I am going to change this diode position from this to this. If I do the diode position like this entire thing is going to work like a negative small signal half wave rectifier, wherein for the positive input whatever you are giving here, the positive resulting amplified version is going to come. So if this terminal is positive, that is my N is at highest potential and P is at somewhere at other potential, that is lowest potential, then definitely this is my reverse bias. So reverse bias iddaga idu open aaytu. So yavaga ನನಗೆ input positive iddaga output ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವಾಗ ನನ್ನ input goes reverse, this diode ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ negative ಬರ್ತದೆ. So N is at negative potential, N is at more negative potential than P, so which means that this diode is on, which this diode is on, that means there is a short circuit that is being created over here, and this is going to work as a voltage follower, and my entire output voltage will be the replicated version of my input. Under that scenario, my output will be like this. Again, at the positive cycle, I'm not going to get anything. So this is how it is going to behave as a positive half wave rectifier and negative half wave rectifier, specifically in terms of small signals. So this is how is the resulting equation or the resulting circuit. Now I have one more circuit in the same application, wherein they say this also is a negative half wave rectifier, but here I am going to use two diodes. Instead of only one diodes, I am going to use two diodes. Now, what is the advantage of using two diodes from one diode? I'm going to just tell you why that is being used over here. So this is how the circuit looks. So this is my diode D1, diode D2. Operation wise, everything it is going to remain same, but instead of diode one diode, I'm going to use two diode. Now the reason for using two diode is the output voltage. If I am going to use only one diode, it will saturate very soon. So if I use two diodes, then output voltage V0 of the op amp does not saturate. It will not reach the saturation because of the combination of the two diodes. It will have either path. Al hangilla ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು path ಬಂದ್ರೆ one path ಇಲ್ಲಂದ್ರೆ zero. So that was the case when I use only one diode. So ಆ condition ಒಳಗೆ output V is going to reach saturation soon, whereas over here the output is not going to reach the saturation soon. So this is my circuit. Of course there will be plus VCC and minus VEE, that thing will be there. Okay, how exactly it is going to work? Also one thing you can just see over here. Okay, let's try to apply the thing. When the input is at positive, so if it is, so let's say the positive circle is coming over here. So the input is applied to the inverting terminal, so which means I will be expecting a negative voltage for this positive half cycle. So my output will be something like this. And usually rectifier na hengirdeti, input ಏನಿರ್ತೈತಿ forward bias diode ಆಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ output ನಾವು ಅದೇ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. But because input I am giving to the negative terminal, which means output will be inverted. ಯಾವಾಗ invert ಆಗೈತಿ? During positive half of the diode. ಯಾವ diode? Let's try to understand that. Which diode on iddaga, which diode off iddaga? So I'll say this as diode D1 on and here D2 on. So when D1 is on, so how D1 is on? When input is positive half cycle, so this definitely this path is at the positive potential, this P is at highest potential, so diode D1 is on. So the moment D1 is on, this entire upper circuit, and what about this one? See, this is coming over here, so this is my P and N, so N is at highest potential, so which means this is reverse bias, this is off. ಇದು ಆಫ್ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಇದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮುಗಿದಂಗೆ. So I can remove this. So look at the circuit, it is exactly going to behave like a non-inverting amplifier, so hence I'm going to get the outcome here in the negative. So based on the value of this RF and R1, I can set the gain. So nan gain hengirtadpa usually minus RF by R1. So ಎರಡು 1 1 ಅನ್ನು set ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 1k my gain will be 1. So gain 1 ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅವಾಗ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ voltages will be same. So this is what is going to happen when the diode D1 is on. So now let's say what is going to happen during the negative half cycle. During the negative half cycle, my input is negative. When my input is negative, so this is off because negative cycle is coming, negative potential is coming to P, so this is off. So this off alaga, the output will be, it is going to behave as a completely a short circuit. Now what is going to happen when the output is negative with respect to diode D2? When output is negative, look here, I was telling about the saturation with respect to the previous circuit. Now again ande ಒಂದೇ diode use ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ output to saturation point ಗೆ reach ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು D2 use ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನಾನು saturation reach ಆಗೋದು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ನೋಡ್ರಿ. When this D1 is off during negative half cycle, D2 is on. ಯಾವಾಗ D2 on ಆಗತ್ತ, my output here is connected via this path to this, right? And this entire path will help me, so it is behaving like a small path like this. So which means if there is a path that is present in the op-amp circuit, that will avoid reaching the output to the saturation. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಓಪನ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಏನಾಗೈತಿ, ಓಪನ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ 0 ಬಂದೈತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 0 will be retained continuously forever because of this path. ಈ ಪಾತ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಗೇನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, it won't come over here because of this resistance value. But what is this path is going to ensure? It is going to ensure that the op-amp does not saturate. And of course these concepts you can be learning these things in the laboratory very well. If I connect in this fashion, you can clearly see how it is not going to help the op-amp reach saturation. So that is the reason why D2 is used over here. ಈ D2 ಬರೀ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಆಫ್ ಇತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ 0 ಬರಬೇಕು, 0ನೇ ಉಳಿತೈತಿ. It won't reach the saturation. It won't reach the saturation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, it won't reach minus VEE. So ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, so it will be held at 0. So to ensure that happens, D2 is being used. So this is all about your 2 diode negative or 2 diode inverting small signal half wave rectifier. So this is all about the 2 applications of your op-amp circuits, one being the monostable multivibrator and the astable multivibrator we are going to discuss in the next class, and about this negative and positive small signal half wave rectifiers which we just discussed. So this is all about the concepts that we were supposed to cover in the today's class. So what we'll do, we'll stop it over here and then we can continue in the next class. So I'll just enable the attendance. So kindly give the attendance. The attendance code is, you can see from the screen. The code for the attendance is mentioned on the board. You can just look on that and just give the attendance. If you are done with attendance, you can exit from the class. So that's it from today's class. So we can continue in the next class. So thank you for this class. So we'll meet in the next class.